All right, so now for the isometric. Again, remember that anything that was drawn 30 degrees relative to the x-axis in any direction, whether it's down here or over here or over here, this would be 30, this would be 150, this would be 210, this would be 330 down here. All of those are reusable. Nothing here is reusable. Anything vertical is reusable. So you can copy anything vertical, but this might not be something you can copy. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of move this over. And the reason I always do the oblique first is that I can usually kind of remember some of these numbers. And that makes complete sense to me. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to say, okay, this was 4. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to say, okay, well, at 4, angle 30. Now this is the same line right here. So I could just copy that, or I could just go up and I could say, okay, up 2. And I could now, I don't have anything to steal over here. So I can say, well, at 2, angle 210. If these are parallel, you did it right. Now I can just come down and say 1. And once you did that, you should be able to see that I can just copy this, because 2 and 2 is the same thing. Okay. So I've done the same kind of bit of reasoning. So now you're going to want to go ahead and say, well, okay, this was 6. Maybe you don't trust yourself, so you can go over here and you can say, okay, this was at 6, angle 150. Boom. And then you can come up and you can say, okay, that was a height of what, 5. Again, this is an imaginary line right here. We'll never be able to see it. Okay. But when we look at the top, we can see that there's still a height of 2, or a width of 2. So I can bring that up. And then I have this, so that's 1, which was at that 30 degrees relative to the x-axis. So I could copy this, or I could redraw it, and I could just say at 1, angle 330. Doesn't matter how you do it. It's whatever works for you. Okay. And then I can just copy this. And I don't need this anymore. I might need it, so I might keep it. So now I can just connect the dots. Dot to dot. Endpoint to endpoint. I'm not going to do it again. Let's just copy it. Bring it over there. Yep, the endpoints matched up. So what do I need to do? Well, I know that I look back over here. The bottom was 2. There's a line that's 2. So I'll just take this, bring it over here, bring it over here. All right, so now a little bit of copying, or draw a line. There's your line. Copy it again. Bring it up to here. What else can I do? I can copy this. Might need to do some trimming when I'm done. Oop, maybe I don't. That worked out perfect. Something's going wrong, as I can see. Maybe, I don't know. Let's see what happens. I never copied this and brought it over here. So if this lines up with this, then that's perfect. All right. So here's what I always caution people about. I say, okay, delete this. You still have a 1-inch line. And that will show up double thickness, right? You had a 1-inch line plus the entire 5-inch line. So if you ever printed that, it would come out the same, or it would double the thickness of the line. And now you just connect the dots. And we can't see any of this under there, so we delete it. There's the isometric right here. And again, remember the last video, I can see that that looks like I'm shooting a hole right through here like that. It's not parallel to the face of the object. So I'm going to have to correct that. And the way I'm going to do it is with the ellipse tool up here. So get ready for that. That's the last of this, but I've drawn both of the objects. I'd like to copy this also. And I'd like to copy this also. So that it totally tells me what I'm dealing with right there. All right. So end of the video. Oh, shoot. I lost something. Go ahead and take that over and move it. And that's what you should be looking like right now at the end of this. All the intersections are made. I see this sometimes. Just be cautious. You don't see anything there. There's nothing there. All right. This is the line that gets to be missing a lot of times. And like I said, these are the ones that people want to start off of. Don't start off of the triangle. Don't start off of the triangle. Start off of the base object.